I'll have a double smiley sandwich, curly fries, and a vanilla shake.
Make that two.
That'll be $7.98. Please drive up to the window. Thank you.
It's time to sample some local fare.
Smile, you're Mr. Smiley.
What's hot? What's cool? Food for the soul.
Can I give you guys a friendly piece of advice, okay? Don't ever go up to the drive-thru, okay? Always walk up to the counter.
Have a banana, have a whole bunch. It doesn't matter what you had for lunch. Just eat it, eat it.
It's the Wednesday drive-thru with Martin Kilcoyne on the Big 550.
Would you like smiley sauce with that?
KTRS.
Hey, how many stations in America are playing Beat It by Michael Jackson and Eat It by Weird Al in the same day? I'm going to guess none.
Probably us.
And Joe Pesci said, always go up to the counter. We're going to amend that just a little bit. Always go right to the restaurant. Thank you to Kuna Foods for taking the drive-thru on the road today. We're at Bishop's Post, new location, new restaurant here in Chesterfield, classic comfort fare. And joining us right now is the creator of this wonderful food in front of us, Dave Rook, the chef here at Bishop's Post. Dave, welcome. I shouldn't say welcome. You're here every day. Thanks for having us.
Dragged you out of
Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for having us on.
Well, and this is a lot of pressure because we're eating food that you created, and if we didn't like it, we'd have to fake it. That's how we do it in radio.
But
we
no
don't have to fake it.
It's pretty good.
Randy looks like she's enjoying it.
I'm having a good time.
Let's explain to the folks what all is on display here. What did you whip up?
Well, we got some crab cakes. We have our beef tenderloin bruschetta, our arancini rice balls, which are covered in Parmesan cheese and come with a little tomato cream. We got our griddle sliders, which I think everybody loves, our pork spare ribs, and our bacon wrapped shrimp with the sweet chili glaze on them.
And we don't want people to just do this, but I think you could make a meal out of ordering
Easily.
appetizers. This is unbelievable.
I asked Christy, I said, is that the appetizer portion of the ribs? And it is, isn't it?
Yeah, we get a half slab for a rib, half for the appetizer, yes.
Wow.
Let's tell folks about the menu then. There's something for everyone, and I know it's cliche to say that, but if you like seafood, you're covered. If you like meat, you're covered. If you like Missouri-type food, you're covered.
Definitely. Well, I've been doing it for a long time, and one thing I just in the last few years started thinking is try to go back and think of all the things people really like and get a nice broad spectrum of those items and put it on a menu and let people graze,
How much of it is presentation, too? Because a lot of the food, everything out here looks like a piece of art.
And we just messed it up, by the way.
I think we just get lucky with that. If you do good food and you put it on the plate with the right sauces, I think that it all comes out looking pretty.
Did you grow up in the kitchen? Were you cooking at an early age?
Well, the name Rook,
right.
obviously.
I did. My parents bought their first restaurant when I was 4, so I grew up on a cot in the back room. So.
And if you were walking in today, we always ask, what are you ordering? 1 or 2 items. Or recommending if somebody sits down and says, all right, chef, what should I have?
Well, our calamari, people have always loved that. But I think that I would go up to the bacon wrapped shrimp, the ribs, and, we have some great steaks on the menu. So our prime ribs to die for, so I'd go for the prime ribs.
Did I see under the meat section a 20-ounce porterhouse? Was that big? That big a cut?
It is that big.
Oh.
And the calamari, the key is a little bit chewy, not too chewy. What's your trick with cooking calamari?
I'll let you know.
Well,
Randy's eating it as we speak.
We buy calamari steaks that have already been tenderized, and then we cut them in nice strips. And, less is more usually when you do, stuff like calamari. So we just dust it in plain all-purpose flour, flash fry it, and we hit it with a little of our seasoned salt. And it's never tough, even if we overcook it. It gets a little rubbery, but very rarely.
The St. Louis restaurant scene is really, I think it's turning around. There's new openings all the time. What kind of pressure is there on a new place that has been occupied by other places before, and then you see a glowing review in St. Louis Magazine by George Mahey? Are you prepared for the onslaught of people who say, we got to try that?
Well, I'm going to definitely try to be prepared. We do our best every day. We're not perfect by any means, but, it's all about just giving people what they want and trying to make them happy when they're here. It's a tough business. I mean, obviously I've lived it all my life. I've been in, very, very fortunate to be in some great restaurants, but I've also been in some that didn't make it, and that's the last thing that you ever want to see happen. So, and we strive for the best every day.
You spend all your time in the kitchen. It's got to be fun to come out here though and see the view. what would you call this bar? Would it be a half moon, Randy? Is that how you describe the architecture?
Yeah, half circle. It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful bar. I mean, it's this is like home for me because I actually did a restaurant here before, which was Crazy Fish in Aquavin, and I love the building. I love the location. It's it's just a great spot, and honestly, I drive past here even when I wasn't a part of the place, and I think it's a beautiful restaurant. So, you can't beat the waterfall in the back, and hopefully we can get people to come out and check it out.
What I really like about it is how the infusion of Chesterfield history is in here. And now, did you kind of take that concept and try to infuse it into the menu as well?
Well, I like good meat and potatoes type dishes anyway, and being that we're in St. Louis in the Midwest, that's what I try to stick with. Like our short ribs, and that's a beef short rib. It's praised like a pot roast, and just good fried chicken and good food. I think that's what people in the Midwest like.
But chili mac is an entree. That's not an appetizer. What does your chili mac consist of?
Well, chili mac, first thing you have to have is good old-fashioned chili. I grew up, our first restaurant was a root beer stand, and I make the chili that we made there, and, the chili that you put on the conies and all that. So, it's great with, we toss ours in some angel hair pasta and top it with some cheese and some jalapenos. And, we'll even run slingers for a special here and there,
Do you put root beer in the chili? I know that sounds weird, but I've heard of people putting Coke or soda into the chili.
I've heard of cinnamon. I've heard of chocolate.
No,
you don't have to give the recipe away either. But
No, it doesn't have anything like that. I actually did that at one time. I opened up Fitz's in the Loop years ago, and we did a lot of things with root beer, but this is just your good basic mixture of chilies and lots of ground beef. So
how about that resume? You mentioned Crazy Fish. That's everywhere. An iconic restaurant. Fitz is an iconic restaurant. And then soon to be Bishop's Post, which is here at Chesterfield Parkway West, 16125, just to the southwest of Chesterfield Mall. You mentioned other locations have been Oceana at one point. BishopsPost.com is the website. And in the noon hour today, Fredbird is going to be hanging out here. Stop by, have a little bite to eat. Also get registered. We're giving away some Cardinal tickets to the July 8th game on the upcoming homestand. Dave, thanks so much for having us, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say get back into that kitchen and keep on cooking.
Yeah, so far so good. I've only worked halfway through my appetizer plate, and so far it's pretty amazing.
Well, thanks for being out.
Excellent
Of course.
Food. He is the executive chef here, Dave Rook. We're at Bishop's Post. Kilcoyne Show continues. Let's check traffic.